success coach. I am actually an entrepreneur. I have a company that's focused on international business strategy, which has nothing to do with you, so you can ignore this and don't even listen to that. But the point I reference this is because I was a very successful entrepreneur who very successfully sabotaged her own success. And when I did so, I didn't realize that really at the bottom, at the core of everything was just my own limiting beliefs. And I had to go through this journey because I am also an energy healer. And what I do, I work with people on getting to the core of the traumatic events that caused limiting beliefs to begin with. I'm sorry, I have too much energy coming in. Whew. I apologize, I channel these workshops and I think there's too much coming. Whew. Sorry. All right. So what happens is that when we go through our life, before the age of 7, different events in our childhood create a misconception and a misperception of our life. We interpret the situation in such a way that we actually disempower ourselves. And here's the example. When your mother took you to a toy store right before Christmas, she wanted to see what kind of toy you like. You were very little, maybe 5, maybe 6 years old, and she didn't buy you the toy right then. And you said to your mother, please give me that toy. I'm sorry, it's never happened, I have so much energy. Whew. I'm sorry, I'm gonna correct myself. So I apologize, I promise it's never happened before. Whew. So if your mother said we're gonna come back or just took you out of the store, you perceive that situation as not being worthy of that toy that you really wanted. And in your mind, you started believing that certain things are not good for you, that you're not good enough. And then we go through life transposing these beliefs over future events, over our relationship at work, over our idea how much we deserve to make, and even in personal relationships. So it is very important that we recognize that these beliefs are just beliefs, that we subscribe to them, and that we can reprogram our mind. So how do we do that? Well, the most important thing, let's talk about goals. All of you have goals for this year, right? How are we doing on that? Who feels like you're right on track? Raise your hands. All right, kudos to these guys. We're doing a clap. Now, who feels that you're like 50-50? Like you're going there, you're not sure if you're getting quite there. Yeah? All right. And we'll say, who's 50 and below? I don't give you that, people, while you're here, right? Okay, so let's talk about what we do when we set the goals. Let's say, very easy example, we always want to lose weight. Summer's on, everybody has to go in a bikini to the pool, stress is on. When, maybe not for some of you guys, but ladies know what I'm talking about. So what's the first thought that comes to your mind when you say, I need to lose 5 pounds? Give me an example.
Happy star.
So we can start. What else?
Lots of how are you going to do it?
Well, here's the thing. When we set a goal, you immediately went into action. So you decided, I want to lose weight, I have to immediately stop eating. And what I'm going to teach you today is that it's wrong. And it does not produce results. And the reason being is because the sequence is wrong. So when you go through the program with me, we teach you how to properly set into motion the chain of events that pretty much guarantee the results that you will seek. So the very first thing, and by the way, I don't have a worksheet, so I'm going to be cheat-cheating. So the first thing is naturally you have to set your goals, right? So what are we going to put on number 1? Goals or objectives. Well, we need to know what we're going after. And there's a little bit more to that. When you say, I want to earn more, the universe does not understand what earn more is. It could be 5 cents more. You don't want to have a $100 raise, right? So set your goals to be very specific. Give the universe the entire understanding of what you're looking for. So let's make it fun. Who's single here? Raise your hand. All right. So you sit at home and you're like, I just want to get that woman. She needs to be blonde and have green eyes. That's fine. She shows up, except she already has a boyfriend. You forgot to specify, right? You see the difference? There's a lot of blondes with green eyes. Ladies, make sure no ring on the finger, right? So that's the whole point. When you want to increase your income, are you looking to double it? Are you looking to triple it? Be very specific. When we do the goal setting, you fill in 10 pages of every aspect of your life, because if you don't know what you want, how can you possibly go after it? Make sense? Good?
Yeah.
All right. Number 2, visualize. Why is visualization so interestingly important? Well, your brain does not know the difference between reality and your fantasy. Imagine why you go to the movies and you see a love scene and all of you are hot and bothered, right? Well, it's not happening with you, but your brain thinks it is. So when we set in motion our goals before you start losing weight, or before you go after the partner of your dreams or increasing your income, you first have to visualize in your mind yourself already as if you have accomplished that goal. And it's very important because your brain will code this and it will become a roadmap for where you're going. So, visualize. There's a trick to visualization. It's not just sitting and thinking, well, if I had $1 million, that would be pretty cool. That's not enough. We have to go a little bit deeper. What would cool mean for you? Give me some examples.
Nice house.
Nice house. Okay, so you need to see how many bedrooms?
3.
What are the color of the walls?
Yellow.
What's the design? What the furniture is?
Like a cottage style.
There you go. Do you have a backyard?
Yes.
What the rooftop looks like?
It's a dark gray.
There you go. Do you see where we're going with this? You have to be very darn specific because, again, you can get a 3-bedroom house that's completely rotten and falling apart. Is that what you want?
No.
Exactly. So when we visualize, and I'm going to guide you through the visualization in a second, we are, again, creating a roadmap to the successful completion of that goal. And we need to engage all of our senses, not just I'm thinking about it. We need to feel we're already there. We need to have a song playing in a radio. What is it associated with that goal? If you're looking for a romantic partner, is there a particular song that is the embodiment of that eternal love once and for all that everybody believes in, right? The other thing about visualization is that once you visualize your goal, I want you to understand it has already happened. Okay, I know it's a concept that's a little bit foo-foo out there, but your brain has perceived it as already done. So now the question for you is, are you gonna question yourself? Because your brain believes that it has already occurred. And from this point on, when you ask yourself, what one step can I take to bring me closer to that goal, the brain will respond from the standpoint of visualization, not from your little thing that says, you can do it, you're not good enough, you don't know how, right? So visualization, I cannot emphasize it. Number 3, align, okay? That's a biggie. it's kind of hard to understand until you've done self-sabotage that I have, and then I got really, footballed in to know what that means. So what is align? Do you guys have any ideas? Give me some.
You would align your words to your action, or align your schedule to what like the hours, or you would start aligning and putting everything into integrity, basically, is what I would look at.
Excellent. It's one of those. I want to repeat something that you said right from the start. Align your words. Now, when we talk words, that's an internal dialogue, but also external verbiage. Because what you communicate to your neighbors, to your friends, do not downplay what you're trying to accomplish. I know we sometimes, we better not tell anybody that we're trying to get this $100,000 commission, because if it doesn't pan out, they're gonna be thinking less of us. The truth is, you're downplaying yourself, and you're telling your brain you can't do it. So instead, you're gonna say, yes, I'm going after it. And you communicate that to the entire universe. If you want, go to the garden, scream to the stars, says, yes, I'm doing it, okay? The more you do this, the better. So align. Align is energetic alignment with what you're trying to accomplish. And what that means is that you're becoming nearly psychotic, okay? And what does that mean? You become like me, all right? And when you want to accomplish something and you've made a decision that you're gonna do it, pretty much anything that does not match that is non-negotiable. It is gone. You decided to open a new business and you're saying, I'm gonna make $200,000 net revenue by the end of this year. Or maybe you're gonna get a new job that's gonna be $100,000 more than you are earning. And all your friends and family, they're gonna come in and say, no, I can do it. No, nobody has done it. What do you mean? Are you silly? And you're like, sorry guys, I am like a horse that has the blinders on, and I go only in the direction of my goal. Anything that does not match that, I don't really care. Because my brain perceives this as it has already occurred, therefore it has. And here's what happens. The brain is amazing, magical instrument that we underutilize. So when it's sitting here and saying, let's say, I've doubled my income this year, and you're here, when you start asking questions, how do I double my income by the end of the year, it has to give you the answer. It's evolutionarily programmed to give you the answer. It has to. That's how we survived for millennia. So if it has to give you the answer, what kind of question are you asking yourself? Are you asking yourself, why is it so hard to double my income? Oh, yes, it is. We're going to show you how hard it is. Or do you going to ask yourself, why is it so easy to get 10 more clients within a week? Do you see how you provide different answers? If you say, why is it so easy to find 10 more clients by the end of the month, then the brain has to, it's almost like a roulette, right? So it has to find the answer that matches the question. You start taking different steps, you start doing different actions when you ask the right question. So that's a different workshop that I have as well. It's called The Art of Questions. So go ahead and write it down. The Art of Questions, so you remember that how you ask yourself and what you ask yourself matters. Okay, so the alignment. Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, how do we feel about it? It's actually the hardest part, so you guys don't look too excited. All right, well, we'll come back later to it if we need to revisit. So now that we've aligned, what's the fourth step on that worksheet?
Action.
Okay. What step is that? That's right. Is it 1?
No.
Is it 2?
No.
Is it 3?
No.
It is what?
4.
Okay, so when I ask you guys, if you want to lose weight, what do you do? What do you do?
You just set your goal.
You set the goal first. Then,
Visualize.
then,
Then align.
and only then stop eating. Make sense? All right. Now here's what I'm going to tell you, just for the weight loss, because it is summer, you don't have to stop eating. Because if you did the step 1, 2, and 3, guess what happens? When we set the goals and we visualize properly, it becomes about what we want to accomplish, not about the task. You see, people look at the goals as a task. It's like, I need to write a poem. Well, what do I need? I pick a piece of paper and I start writing. Well, nobody wrote a poem like that, right? So when you want to lose weight, it's not really the weight that you want to lose. You want to be healthy. You want to look sexier, right? Get the thing going. You want to be more energized. When you focus on visualizing what you are going after, and the truth is what you're going after is how you're going to feel about yourself, how others will perceive you, how healthy you will be, how energized you will be. If you visualize that, instead of focusing, I need to take something away, instead you're saying, I need to gain. That's an interesting thing. How to lose weight while gaining. Right? I should use that as a slogan. So then you will start making different choices because of the art of. Come on, people, wake up. Hello. All right, the art of question. So what would be the question that I would ask myself if I wanted to lose weight?
Why is it so easy to get skinny?
Okay, I love that. Why is it so easy? What's another question? Give me guys ideas.
Why would it look so good?
Why will I look so good? I love that. I will look so hot. How about what one little change I can implement today to reach my goal of wellness or well-being? Now remember, I've mentioned this a few times now. I said, what one little step? The reason I'm doing this is because our brain is programmed to keep you in status quo. It does not like to take you out of your ordinary you. Even if you're miserable, your brain perceives as she likes it. When she wakes up, we're going to give her a miserable thought because she liked it the day before, right? So when you try to now be different, the brain says, ain't happening, that's not you, right? So what we do is we reprogram your brain to be your supporter as opposed to the objector. Or, I don't know if that's a real word, I'm from Poland, but it's made up. So the way we reprogram that is by giving it just one little step. It's like we're hiding and saying, hey, don't notice that I'm changing, because I'm just doing one little thing. So when you're trying to lose weight, instead of suddenly cutting out your entire fridge, you go and you just clean it up like, you know, there's nothing in there and you're like, I'm good. I'm losing weight just because the fridge is empty, right? It's not gonna work, guys. So you do one little change. And that one little change could be today, instead of eating my dinner at 9 p.m., I'm going to eat it at 7 and give myself time to digest this. That was one little tiny change. The brain didn't notice. It kind of did, but you know what I mean? It's like we're fooling it. And then the next day, we're gonna say, what one little habit that I could create today that will be healthier? Maybe I will drink juice instead of soda, right? So this is how we go, and this translates not just to weight loss or personal relationship, it's the same thing with work. If you're trying to change how you go about running your business, or maybe you're a sales agent, or whatever your business in, you just say, what one little habit I can change today that will bring me one step closer towards my goals. All right? How are we doing?
Great.
Bored yet? No, I don't give you time. Come on, oh yeah. All right, so we talked about the action, and just to summarize, because I want to make sure that you really got in, what was different about the action?
It's at the end of the other stuff.
Because what?
It's at the end of everything else you have to do.
Yes. And what else is different about the action that you're going to be taking now?
It's more positive.
Yeah,
You know when you've done
exactly.
it. Small change.
Yes, it is. It's more positive, but also, do you see that you're taking a different action? Because think back to the weight loss. Your first action was cut out eating. And what examples I gave you? There's nothing cutting out. You were doing one little change where you substituted something. And for example, you didn't stop eating dinner, you just moved it by 2 hours. So you're gonna start losing weight, but not by depriving yourself of something, by taking a different action. And the action is different because you gave yourself a different objective. The objective was not starve myself and hope that somebody likes me. You're going after the dream of well-being, or maybe it's your wellness, getting abundance, financial abundance in your life. All right, so we have 10 minutes, and I do want to make it experiential. So we're gonna guide you through a meditation. Okay? Now, as I mentioned, I am an energy healer, so I apologize that when we started, I was getting a little bit jacked up. But because I am an energy healer, when I put you through this visualization, I'll be channeling some of the energies that can help you release some of the negativities or fears. And I want you to know that you're fully in control of your well-being, you're in control of your field. So if you feel like accepting it, relax and say, I'm cool with that. And if not, you just say, hey, that blondie, it got nothing on me. All right? So take a deep breath in, exhale through your mouth. And I know it's been a busy day. I've been talking really fast with the funny accent, so we're gonna do a few more breaths to get you relaxed. So another deep breath in with your nose, out with your breath, allowing to exhale. And think of something that you really want to accomplish, whether it's professional or personal, anything that's on your mind. And as you continue to gently breathe in, know that for this moment in time, we are suspended. There's nowhere to go, nowhere to be. You're safe. This is all about you for that one little moment. And now imagine that it's a year from today, or whatever time frame feels good. Imagine specifics of what's happening in your life. Get present to that. You have already accomplished your goal. Make a mental list of changes that have happened. Have you gotten a promotion? Or perhaps opened your own business or consulting practice? What's your new level of income? How many hours are you working? What kind of difference are you making for your clients, for your friends, for your colleagues? How does your personal life look like? Are you in a new relationship, happy, loved, supported, cared for? Are there any other details that you want to fill in? Now imagine yourself living a day in your life when all of this is true. Imagine waking up in the morning. What would it be like to live your life like that? What would you say to yourself when you wake up? Are you happy, satisfied? How are you feeling about the day ahead? Are you excited, energetic, joyous, peaceful? Imagine yourself being grateful for that day and everything that you've achieved. What activities are you going through the day when you have accomplished this goal? Look around. What are you looking at? Imagine looking at your bank statement and seeing exactly the level of funds that you seek. How does this feel? Isn't that awesome? Imagine yourself having a sense of satisfaction for accomplishing your goal and seeing the results of your efforts. You look around and see people who appreciate and support the new you. They applaud your success. They cherish you. You've overcome any internal obstacles to getting what you want. Now you have a formula for success and you follow it. Imagine that security, knowing you can rely on yourself. You can get what you want when you want it. In fact, you're already working on your next level. Imagine yourself working on that. You might be having some challenges along the way, but you know you can trust in yourself. You can trust in the process you've learned and implemented before. And you can trust in others to show up for you because they always do. Again, look around you. What do you see when this is your life? Imagine this as vividly as you can. Maybe pick a detail from a day, or quickly go through the entire course of the day. Do you feel that joy, peace, happiness, ease? What kind of sounds are you hearing? What people are saying to you? What song is playing on the radio? What does it taste like? Is it sweet? Fruity? Now relax, knowing you are attracting this vision. You've aligned yourself with this vision on such a deep level, you can practically touch it. Can you imagine yourself touching it? This vision, your vision, will guide you to move closer to its accomplishment. It will show you the way. It will motivate you to work on your goals. You can tap into this vision anytime you want. So now, knowing it, congratulate yourself. You've done it. When you're ready, take a deep breath and come back to the present moment. All right, now turn around to your partners, get a big high five. Yeah. And say, you're awesome.
There we go.
All right, so this has already happened. Congratulations, okay? Now that it has already happened, we're gonna do what with it?
Now we're gonna
Align. Now we're gonna align with it. That's right. So there's not a lot of time left. So what I wanted to do is to just give you an idea what else is on the worksheet. When we have limiting beliefs about what we can or cannot do, there's a fast way to identifying them. And the questions are pretty self-explanatory. So when you look through that sheet, when you think, I'm gonna double my income by the end of this year, the first thing that comes to your mind, why it's not possible, that's your limiting belief. So if the first thing that popped in was, there's not enough time in a year, then that means you perceived income tied to the time frame. If you gonna think, oh, nobody else in my company has done it, then that's your limiting belief. One of my clients that I'm working with, after 2 months, she got a promotion. And here's how she got it. She just got a raise 2 months ago, and 2 months later, the boss comes in that actually doesn't like my client and says, I don't know why, but I'm giving you a raise. And like, literally, it's like, and then walked out. And when she was walking out, she said, you're not eligible. And by the way, she is at my booth right now, working it for me, because she's been with me for over 5 months now, and her life is truly transformed. Now, why I'm using this example? Because when she eliminated the limiting belief of what is possible, the universe brought more money to her. Her boss walked in and said, I don't know why I'm doing it, and you're not eligible, but here's your raise. And that's the point. The limiting beliefs are just that, limiting. So let's reprogram them. And there is a deep energetic charge for every limiting belief, naturally. And it helps when you have somebody that can assist you with releasing these energetic charges. So this is what I do when I go through the program. So just so that you know, we're gonna wrap it up now. Success Engineering starts July 12th. This is a very intensive, I call it transformation on steroids. We meet 3 times a month. One time is a live event for 2 hours, and what I just did with you as a sample, we go deeply into 2 hours where you answer the questions you sure. I correct if you're, I correct you if you're on the wrong track with that particular belief. And then there are 2 more coaching sessions, and there is an energetic work embedded in all of these. And today, for those of you that would like to sign up, there is additional $50 off. It's just for the festival. So I wanted to thank you for being here, for honoring me with your presence, and I wish you the best success that you can only fathom. So thank you so much.